Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy HG Tate here. In today's video, I want to talk about the show you don't remember, which is Monsuno. Monsuno was a show that released on Nicktoons in early 2012, and it tried to capitalize on a lot of the kids market at the time, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade, Bakugan even. Especially Bakugan. It's really similar to Bakugan. But it just didn't, capture the kids as much as especially Bakugan did. But it had a TV show, and honestly, I just wanted to go through that and just talk about how insane it is, because it's really insane. So let's just jump right into it, starting with episode 1. So episode 1 starts off with our main character running through the woods. He gets to the edge of a cliff, right? He turns around, there's some rustling in the grass, right? And he goes, "Dad? Is that you?" And it's a fucking T-Rex. It's it's insane. This T-Rex comes out, gives off the most awful T-Rex noise I think I've ever heard. And the guy falls off the cliff, then meteors come raining down, right? And destroy the earth. First 30 seconds of the show right there. So next off, our main character wakes up to the other main characters, girl, nerd guy. I don't know any of their names, so it's girl, nerd guy, main character. That's them. So essentially they talk, they're going to his main character's dad's lab, but nerd guy says, "Oh, your dad could be dead because you haven't heard from him." And the girl's like, "That's mean, you shouldn't say that." Nerd guy's like, "Well, it's true." And then they go to sleep. They wake up in the morning, and then they fall off another cliff and they tank this fall. I don't know how, but they do. So after they fall off the cliff, they get to his dad's lab, and lo and behold, he's not there. Who would have thought? But some other guy is. His name is Ace, and he's got storm uniform on, whatever that means. And he's really suspicious. He says stuff like, I've been searching. Like, who's we? Yeah, but apparently his dad's alive. He was a survivor for something. It's a lot of mystery that's going along in this show, and I don't think I'll ever find out what it is because I'm not going to watch that far. But yeah, I mean, it's something to think about at least. And so essentially, there's a door that needs his handprint, and I don't know how his handprint hasn't changed over the 5 years he hasn't seen his dad, but it hasn't. So yeah, so he opens the door with his handprint, and he gets a little capsule thing, and I guess it's a Monsuno. Hey, editing Tate here. So I never really explained what Monsuno are. So essentially there's these little capsule things that when you throw them, it's like a Pokeball and then the monster comes out. That's essentially it. So after they get the little capsule thingy, a bunch of the Storm employees come in, and they're like, "Hands up, hands, give me the thing." And he's like, "Oh, I will, I guess." And then he runs to the other side of the room, throws it down, gets the big ass polar bear out, and the only thing that they do in this entire time while he's running across the room is just stop, shoot him.
Don't you even think about it, kid! Chase! Take him down!
I think it's just so funny that they just didn't do anything. No one chased him, no one shot him, he just ran across the room and threw it down. But yeah, they eventually escape. The polar bear doesn't really do much. He just kind of gets hit by the laser pointers, and that's his whole thing. But they get out, and now they're fugitives, I guess. So after they escape from the lab, they lose the polar bear somehow, the Storm employees. I don't know how they did that, but they figure out with the dad's tablet that they also got there at the lab, they figure out that Monsunos are a life form, and it's just a bunch of DNA combined, and that's what a spin is. It spins all the DNA together and lets it out. Somehow. I mean, I guess it's a cool concept at least. I don't think it's bad. But eventually, they figure out how to return him back to the little core thing because he needs to rest. And then more a fucking snake. A snake's just spinning in the air, and he's flying somehow with a UFO spotlight. I don't get it either. You don't have to. That's what the show's about. And more Storm employees show up, and they're like, "Give it back." And this, I shit you not, is the dialogue. "No, you're gonna have to take it from me."
That's far enough, Suno. Now hand over the core and you and your friends won't get hurt.
No, I don't think so. You're gonna have to take it from me.
Like, it just says it's so weird. Like, God, it's such a weird show, and it's kind of bad, but it's also really entertaining at the same time. So I might watch it on my own time. So after that amazing dialogue, we have it's this really weird part where they're trying to like fuse Pokemon, Beyblade, and Bakugan. It's honestly really weird. So like he takes the thing, right? They're gonna have a Monsuno fight, and he throws it, and the other guy throws it, and it does this Beyblade thing where they're both like spinning, and they go and collide, and then they have like a Pokemon fight out of it. So it's like Bakugan, Beyblade, and Pokemon in the same fight. But honestly, the fight's not bad. It's honestly pretty sick. Like, they have the giant ass snake, like, I don't even know what that thing is. And they have like a pig with like knives on the side of it. It's honestly kind of, the designs are pretty good. Designed, yeah, that's a word. Yeah, the designs are pretty cool, and honestly, the show just isn't bad. It's just, if it was slightly better, it could have been better. But it was honestly just a show trying to make money, capitalizing off what was popular at the time. And you know, I mean, for what it did, I'm sure it wasn't bad, but you know, it had potential. It just did not capitalize on it as much as it really could have. Like a more fleshed out idea, a like better budget for the show. You know, just it could have done this show and this like merchandise so much justice, but it really didn't. And it's honestly like a shame, because this could have been Bakugan. This could have been Beyblade. But it just wasn't, because, you know, it wasn't trying to be like its own thing. It was trying to be Bakugan. It was trying to be Beyblade. But instead, it was, you know, it wasn't bad. Like, the toys, honestly, I had a couple. They weren't awful, but it was really hard to put them like back in the capsules. But the way they fit in the capsules were honestly pretty sick. And honestly, the toys themselves were like pretty good. But I feel like the show was made off of the toys, and they were just trying to sell stuff. And, you know, overall, not bad, just not good. And that's pretty much the show. They fight, they run, like not much else to say. I'm not gonna go through the rest of the episodes, because they're pretty much like they fight, they run. I'm not watching like more than episode 3. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. This video took, I'm not gonna lie, it took like a couple hours to make. Honestly, I had to watch a TV show. So much effort. But like, subscribe, comment down below why you think. Comment down below. Comment down below. Bye. I lied. This isn't the end of the video. I wanted to talk about like the reviews for Monsuno. So a lot of people really like Monsuno. Like, if you look at some of the reviews on like my anime list, it's like, I love Monsuno. It's my favorite show ever. I love it so much. And if you like look, the funniest part to me is if you look on like YouTube, if you just look on Monsuno, the first like things pops up is like top 10 Monsuno fights, top 10 epic lock moments. Like, I think that's just silly to me, because a lot of people really like the show and they think it's like got really good characters, it's really well written, but like it's just not talked about. And I'm not one to like watch a show and be like, oh wow, this has really good characters, I really like this character. I just like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like this show. Like, I don't like dive deep into stuff, but so I'm not really good for reviewing the show itself. But I mean, it was honestly, it seemed fine. Like Monsuno could have been a big thing if it just like slightly better. Like, if it was marketed better, if it was like, yeah, if it was just marketed better, I feel like it could have hit as good as Bakugan or Beyblade, because it was like, as much as I've said it's Bakugan Beyblade, it's like standalone thing. Like, it's different enough to where it's like, wow, this is actually pretty cool, because it honestly was pretty cool. Like, the toys are sick, honestly. Like, just like the toys are nice, and like the show wasn't bad, and it just, I feel like the marketing killed it is what it was, because the show and the merchandise could have been the next big thing, but it it wasn't. And honestly, that's kind of a shame. But truthfully, this time, it is going to be the end of the video. I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe again, or comment down below. But yeah, goodbye.